Next is poet Susan Hunter reading her original work at America's Hometown Laureates June pairing event at Uva Wine Bar in Plymouth.
Hello everybody, I'm Susan Hunter, and the two poems I'm going to read are from my upcoming book, which which was just accepted by Kelsey Books, which I know a lot of you have published with them. The book's called Do We Ever Stay? And I was inspired to write the first poem by many trips that I've made up to the cabin in Maine that my husband's family owns. It's very rustic, but we're heading up there in a couple weeks, so this is timely. Maine sunrise. Light spreads from a nugget of night both ways over the water at Little Sheepscot. I step gingerly down those old wooden stairs a few hours after June's midnight and see a flaming sky over the gray river. It's what I disbelieve in November when days are lopped off at either end, absorbing black, like ink in a white cloth. But here, in the old house, the mirror, pot-marked and rusted, catches the whole view of the river from the wall across the room, a reflection of those summer days that are long enough to hold a small boat heading up the middle of the watercourse in the morning and back again, wake gleaming in waning light of a long evening. From the damp woods filled with trees upright and fallen during the winter, I can hear a boat heading around the point, voices climbing over the motor's raucous growl. All is stilled when deep darkness falls for a few hours and light once more presses against cloth curtains at the upstairs window. And I think we all kind of look back at the time of the pandemic now as the time that's passed and hopefully won't come back again. And I think we all remember those days just before the pandemic hit and the lockdown started. I wrote this poem in early March, just after the lockdown started, but this takes place right the weekend before the pandemic hit. This is Worcester Square 2020. It was early March that year when I took a photo in our rented living room in New Haven. My photo shows patterns, a room spare in its simplicity. The sky was blue, clear and absolute, through a half-moon window. The reflection of the sunlit window on the wall was more real than the window itself, and balancing above was a scalloped clock showing 2:55 p.m. If I had known, could I have stopped the hands, pulled them down and counter to what was to come? That apartment was nestled between two funeral homes, caskets coming and going in the parking lots. We didn't know what was ahead. Across the street through the window was a white house with shadows cast by a large leafless tree. Had I read the signs, I would have paid heed to a dream I had that same week in the time before the sickness. In the dream, I had been sentenced to prison for something I did. The jail was a big, airy, sunny room lined with windows. I had my clothes with me for the prison term, and I hung them on coat racks. When more people entered the room, I was surprised that I wouldn't be alone. I removed my clothes from the racks. Then a woman and I walked outside on a path surrounded by tall arching trees that made a domed covering. I could leave the prison to take walks during the time that started before we knew it, long before the sun made patterns on the wall of a lost world. Thank you.
And good luck with your new book, Susan. Thank you for sharing from that. We're very proud of you.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button before you go. We'll see you next time.